I hope that you're doing well. I have quite a lot to update you on today because last week I forgot to film a second talking segment towards the end of the week to update you on what I had been working on throughout the week, which was kind of a lot, but I was only here until Thursday mid-afternoon, and then if you saw last week's video you will have seen that Friday, Saturday and Sunday were very busy days last week, so I didn't get a chance to film another one, but I wanted to update you on everything that's been going on because it's all very exciting. I guess I'm gonna start with this and then we can talk about the notebook later. So I think on Tuesday night I had an idea for another project. Basically, I had a really good time making the sticker sheets a couple of weeks ago and people seem to really be enjoying them. I've gotten a whole bunch of sales on my Etsy shop, and it's been so cool to be tagged in people's stories and see the photos from the reviews on Etsy and stuff of people using them. It's been really, really exciting and satisfying for me to see. And so I thought it would be fun to kind of expand on that a bit. So what I did on Tuesday was create a stack in Procreate and start making a whole bunch of canvases of things that I could potentially make for a stationery set, a printable stationery set. Because I thought it'd be fun to expand on the idea of the printable sticker sheets. So there are going to be sticker sheets, though I haven't started working on them yet. I think this is going to be this afternoon's task, at least start sketching them out, or either finish one or draw two, something like that is kind of the plan. What I have for now are 2 prints and washi tape, a sheet of washi tape samples, if it makes sense. So these are the washi tapes. I got them printed. They still need a little bit of adjusting, but I wanted to get them printed before I could adjust them so I can actually see what they look like, not just on a screen, and then adjust accordingly. I love these so much. I had so much fun drawing these. So the first one is inspired by this print. It's the same drawings, I just reorganized them to be a sticker sheet. I wanted that to be a bit more of a plain one. I love checkered washi tapes, so I made one. And then I can't do that. I thought it'd be nice to have one with pastries and stuff like that. I forgot to mention the theme. So the theme was originally meant to be autumn. It's turning out to be more autumn in a cafe themed, I suppose. Though I think with the sticker sheets I'm going to go with more general autumn elements as well. So I wanted to go for pastries and a couple of cups of tea that you might find in a coffee shop or a tea shop, and then I wanted to have one with just more general autumn elements, so I went for leaves and acorns, a couple of berries and stuff. And then I had I had an idea for another one. I thought I was going to do another plant related one, but then it didn't really feel like it matched the coffee shop theme, and so instead I thought it'd be nice to have one where it was just a big spread on a cafe table with a couple of people working. So I have someone working on their laptop and someone reading, with some pastries and cups of tea and a glass of water, journals, things like that. And I think this turned out quite cute. I quite like them, and I like how they look all together as well, so I'm really happy with these actually. And then I thought I had only opened the prints. I'm confused about Procreate. There we go. So this is the first print that I drew. I really like vintage botanical illustrations and the layouts that they have, and I thought it'd be cool to recreate something like that with coffee elements and tea elements. So initially it was going to be more of a menu with different drinks and stuff. I do have a couple of drinks, but I also thought it'd be cool to include elements and ingredients that go into them, and so that's kind of what it's turned out to be. I quite like how it came out. I think it's quite cool. They printed a bit blue. That one especially printed very blue, so I'll need to figure out how to make it less blue. I want it to be a warm grey, essentially similar to what a ballpoint pen normally looks like, because that's what I drew it with. And then I was rewatching some of Minnie's Moore's old YouTube videos. Minnie's Moore, especially when she was doing the first Inktober where she did the Haunted Houses series, was one of my biggest inspirations. And she was from well, from before that, but through that time, and then for a good year or two after that, she was one of my biggest inspirations. And I learned a lot about art and art making from watching her videos. And if there's one thing that she does incredibly well is draw buildings. And I've always loved the way that she does that. And whenever I see her draw buildings, I want to do that myself as well. And so I thought it'd be cool if I drew like a cafe storefront. So I did that. I rewatched her, I think she has a tutorial on how, well, not a tutorial, but like, well, sort of a tutorial, like how she draws buildings, basically, like giving a few tips. And then I rewatched some of her other videos where she did a mini houses series and some other things. So I rewatched some of those, and they were really, really helpful. And I'm quite happy with how this turned out. So these two are going to be prints, and then there's going to be the washi samples sheet, which in my head it's meant to be printed on like sticker paper as well, if you're printing things on sticker paper, so then you can just cut them out and stick them in your journal. And then I'm thinking 2 sticker sheets. Ideally, I also wanted to do like some memo notes. I drew a couple out, but so this is just very random. I don't really like this. This I quite like, but I'm not sure, like, I feel like the style isn't quite right. I would like to include a bit of illustration in this as well, like some drawing elements. This is a bit too plain, but I don't know, I'm not there yet. And then I quite like the idea of mini prints too. So initially I had this idea of making like mini poster prints for each like drink that you might find in a coffee shop or in a cafe. And I really like the background colors and the layout and stuff, but I'm not sure now, like, especially because I want these to be things that you can use in your journal. Like, the idea for the prints is that they're meant to be printed as like A6 size, and you can maybe have them as like the picture in your month cover page, or you can have it to decorate the front of your journal even, like kind of like that or something. I'm not sure what mini prints would be like. If, like, I guess it would make sense to just have like pretty pictures to just stick in your notebooks for decoration, but also then how small do they have to be? Because if a mini print is still quite large, then it takes away a lot of journaling space. Like, I can't make a mini print that's like this tall. They're gonna have to be very small, but then the design kind of changes. I don't know, I need to put some more thought into that. And I was also thinking about maybe turning that into a sticker sheet as well, and instead of like 4 prints that would be either A7 or A8 in size, I can maybe have like an A6 sticker sheet with like square or like rectangle scenes of sorts, like not just random stickers, like just simple objects, but rather scenes that I can paint or draw digitally. I'll see, and I can maybe have like 6 or 7 or 8 or something like that. I'll try to figure things out today. I have an idea, but I need to do some drawing and some brainstorming and stuff. And then we'll also see about the memo notes, sort of how I feel about that. If I can maybe pull some elements from the washi tapes and the prints to put in there, and see how I feel about that, and if I like some kind of layout, and I can maybe then draw something new for them or whatever. Initially, the idea was also to include like more functional planner stickers, so things like numbers, days, names of the months, calendars, sticky tabs for like, you know, the monthly tabs you can put on the side of your journal, that kind of thing. But I thought it would be best to split them, and my intention is still to work on that set as well eventually, especially like once I finish this. But I thought it'd be best to split them because, first of all, not everyone likes or needs those kinds of stickers. I personally haven't ever used them, and I don't really feel a need for them. I use the monthly names sometimes, but quite rarely. But I know that especially if you're like in an undated planner, those could be quite helpful. And I feel like I wouldn't want to put like one big set with both things in case somebody only wants like the more decorative stickers or someone only wants like the more functional stickers, and then you have to get both and pay for both when you really only need one thing. But also, by having them combined, I thought I'd risk either getting myself into a really overwhelming and large project, or making like a smaller thing but then like only having a couple of things for each. So like I would only maybe have a sheet with like the numbers and the days and the months, but not the calendars and the trackers and a lot of things. But by doing them separate, I feel like I can expand on both a bit more and like put more elements into each set. And so that'll be nice. If you have any like requests or suggestions for like the more functional planner stickers, or these as well, I'd love to hear them. I think I made a list somewhere. I think so. The list I have for functional stickers for now is numbers, days, months, small calendars, larger calendars, the monthly side tabs, other kinds of like side tabs with other writing on them, other text stickers, so like to do shopping list, this week, this month, that kind of stuff, weather stickers, and general trackers, so like habit trackers, that kind of stuff. But if you have suggestions, I'd be more than happy to hear them. Obviously, I want to make something that people then want to use, so that'll be cool. And also, if you have suggestions for this, I'm happy to hear them as well. I might put a poll up on Instagram later today to ask what people think about what I have so far and what they would like to see. So that's kind of where I'm at with things. I'll probably do another talking bit later this week to update you on what I've been working on, but the idea is to ideally get the 2 sticker sheets finished this week as well, and then we'll see. If it would be really cool if I could have this set up by the end of the month so people can start using it, but we'll see how everything goes. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about was the new notebook that I have. If you watched last week's video, you will have seen me put this together. So this is something that I printed from Megan Rhiannon's shop. I'll leave the listing for this linked below. It's her Traveler's Notebook Insert printable digital file. I don't know what it's called. So she designed this planner for herself and then made it available for people to use. And I've been interested in it since she's sort of like first put it together. I don't really have any intentions of changing my own planning and common placing system, but I thought it would be interesting to try a different layout, because it's something that, like, especially when I was bullet journaling, I was trying out a lot. I was trying out a lot of different things, and it's really helped me to figure out what I like when it comes to planning setups, and I haven't done that in a while. So I thought it'd be nice to try a different setup, but also I didn't want to just have to copy information from one of my books to this and like repeat everything. So what I decided to do, because it has the weekly spreads at the beginning and then basically like 30 empty commonplace pages at the back, what I decided to do was to use it as sort of like a tracker for all of the art that I'm going to make in the next month. So I'm not using the future log. I've started using the calendar, so I'm using the right section to track the days where I'm making art, and then in the like squares calendar I'm tracking which artwork I'm working on, basically. And it's undated, so I dated it starting on the 11th of September, which was last Monday, and it goes through to the 22nd of October. I'm not using these pages yet. We'll see if I'm probably going to fill the monthly review at the end of the month. And then the weekly pages start. So what I'm doing in the weekly spreads is writing down what I'm working on each day. If I'm not painting or drawing or doing anything one day, I'm just not going to write in it. But like here I had the idea for the set, and then here is when I went to Starbucks for a few hours to brainstorm ideas for that. I finished the autumn drinks print on Thursday. Sunday I wasn't actually working on any art, but I had a really, really lovely day up in the mountains with my parents, and I got some lovely references that I like to paint. So I wrote about that too. And then this week has just started, so I've just sort of been filling it in like that. I also made a small list of things that I want to work on this week. So the washi tape designs, I had like the 4 checkboxes for the 4 that I wanted to do, and I've done those. And then the 2 sticker sheets, which I have yet to do. And that's 5 weeks, so we're in the middle of the 2nd week. We have 3 left, and I think it will be nice to like look back on at the month and see what I worked on throughout the month and like how much art I make. I'm not sure like how long I'll keep this up for. I think it will be a nice thing to sort of pick up whenever I need it, as I'll see how things go when I start university again and stuff. But now, especially this month, because I don't have uni, I start uni on the 2nd, so we'll have a good like 20 days of me not being in uni, and then like a good 20 days of me being in uni. So I'll see how things work, but it's cool. You kind of, it's very easy to lose sense of time when you're working on projects and kind of let things fall behind, and then get to the end of the month and have no idea what you actually worked on. Like, I find that really difficult to comprehend, so I think this will be interesting to look back on. This was a blank page. I set it up as a contents page so I can easily reference everything that's coming afterwards. So what I'm doing in the commonplace pages is I'm not using them as commonplace pages because I have my own commonplace book, but I am using each page as a separate project page. So basically, I have a general ideas and brainstorming page at the beginning, which is cool. And then I had a page about this print specifically that I could sort of update with things that I wanted to include. Here I wasn't sure about whether what medium I wanted to do that in, and then I wrote update, blah, blah, blah. Another idea down here, and then I had a small to-do list of things that I had to do for it. Similar thing with the washi samples sheet. I had some brainstorming, and then I sort of kept updating it, and a small checklist at the bottom to kind of keep track of where I was at with things. And I've been doing that for various things. I started yesterday a page for brainstorming sticker sheets. Some of these ended up in the washi tapes as well, but you know, I can redesign different elements in different ways. And then I had a page for mini prints, but I haven't started working on those yet, so it's not filled. And it just goes on with commonplace pages until the end. So it's, I don't know, I'm having a good time with it. I'm still using my commonplace, and I will stick these in my actual commonplace. This is more like, it's the kind of thing that I would keep on Notion, I suppose. I haven't been using Notion a lot, but I think it's the kind of thing where I would create like a project page and make to-do lists and keep running pages of things to do, which I don't really do in my commonplace, because in here I like more like finished and separate entries. So I made an entry about how the project was going overall and like some ideas that I had, but this is more, I don't know, it's something that I can sort of come back to and work ideas in. I don't know if I explain myself very well, but it makes sense in my head and it's working quite well. So I'll do a bit of journaling. I want to stick these in. I also printed out some pictures from the weekend. I have some receipts and stuff. This was from the wine feast thing that I went to this weekend. I want to stick this in. It's got the menu on the other side and the layout on the front. A couple of things to do, but I wanted to update you on, you know, the things that I've been working on, so I hope that was interesting for you to see. And I am gonna get on with some commonplacing first. I need to update my memory keeping book, and then ideally I'd start working on the stickers. Alright, super quick update because it got really dark yesterday and I couldn't like film, but I wanted to show you what I was working on. I put together one of the sticker sheets. It's not finished, it needs like refining and stuff, but I wanted to make some round stickers because I really like the ones that I have. So I just have like, I think this one is my favorite. I just have like some cafe themed ones. And then I did this in the afternoon, and then after dinner I was still feeling quite inspired and like I really felt like drawing, and so I started sketching out ideas for the other sticker sheets. I'm going to split this in two because I feel like the mushrooms with the tea, like it just doesn't quite work. So I'll have like a mushrooms and pumpkins and like spooky things. Some people on Instagram requested ghosts and bats, so I'll draw them on those today on one sticker sheet, and then I'll have like the more tea and cafe and book related things on another sheet. So that'll be 3 sticker sheets in total, hopefully. Sorry, we're not on my desk. It's getting dark already. But I wanted to give you like a bit of an update on what I've been working on today, since I gave you, I did like a check-in this morning. So I did this sticker sheet this morning. It's not entirely finished. Some things are a bit detailed, but not everything. So I do need to go back this weekend and finish that. This is the one I've been working on this afternoon. This is very raw still. There's no shading basically anywhere. But I got the drawings done and I got like the basic colors done. So maybe I'll finish it tonight. And then washi tapes, print number 1, print number 2, and then, where is it? The last sticker sheet that I worked on yesterday. So I think I'm at a fairly good point. I have a couple of sketches for the memo notes that I'm going to be working on hopefully tomorrow morning. Maybe I'll print out some things tomorrow as well. Oops. So I can journal about them too. But I think it's going pretty well.